Thinking about buying a travel trailer, nobody really tells you what it costs after you buy it. Because before you can even leave your driveway, you still have to turn it into something that you can actually live in. And that part adds up fast. So I tracked every dollar we spent to figure out one thing. What does it actually cost to make a $10,000 travel trailer road ready? And today I'm breaking it down. What came with it, what we already had, and what we had to buy, and the real total to get it usable. That total surprised me. I expected it to be a lot more. If you're new here, I'm Carrie. I got laid off and thrown into an accidental early retirement. So we bought an RV and we're figuring it out as we go. And you're coming along for the ride. Let's start with all the stuff the trailer already came with. We got pretty lucky here. A few big ticket items were already included. The hitch setup, the sway control system, brand new tires, practically brand new anyway, and even a real mattress. Combined, those would have cost us at least $1,100 if we had to buy them. We also got wheel chocks, which keep the trailer from rolling when you're parked. Campsites, are never perfectly flat, and neither is our driveway, so these are essential. Those alone saved us $24. The trailer also came with some little bonuses: 10 rolls of toilet paper, a bath mat, picnic tablecloth, and even a small propane grill that attaches to the side of the RV. Never even been used. That picnic cloth alone probably saved me a moment of arriving at the campsite and thinking, oh great, now we have to eat on a sticky, disgusting bird poo covered picnic table. Now there were a few things that needed to be done before we leave. One of the slide seals needs replacing. That's the next one on Jeff's list, and it cost $82 to buy the new seal. And it looks like the penetrations on the roof could use some new lap sealant. $37.47 for 3 tubes. I'm not going to climb up there and show you. Sorry. And the big thing we had to do before we could actually take this trailer on a long trip was to rework the main living space. The original dinette just didn't fit our needs, so Jeff ripped it out to build something more functional for us. He started with a pre-made bookshelf, and then he used a nice piece of oak plywood that he cut and sanded and stained and gave a few coats of polyurethane to. Same with one leg. And then he installed a ledger board along the walls, affixed the top to the bookcase and the ledger boards, then added that leg for stability. Slide the dog kennel underneath, then voila. We have a desk, we have storage, we have a place for shoes on the bottom of that bookshelf, and we've got room for a large dog kennel and a place to put a garbage can underneath. We are even left with more floor space than before, and the room feels so much more open now. I love it, by the way. So happy with this project. Thank you, honey. The total cost of that desk setup, the cabinet, the wood for the stain, the wood for the top, the stain, the polyurethane, the brackets, that all came out to $186.87. All right, now there's still a lot more stuff we needed, but before we go shopping for stuff, I went shopping inside the house because I'm not buying stuff I already own. First up is the RV surge protector. This protects your RV from bad campground electricity and protects all the electronics inside the camper from being fried. We already had one from a previous trailer that we had originally paid around $300 for. It's a 50 amp model, and this trailer runs on 30 amps, but fortunately we already have the adapters too. And from out of the garage, we already had an outdoor rug, we had camping chairs, roasting sticks, and those are all coming with us. I also pulled this desk chair. It was actually from another RV and was in our guest room. Now it's in this RV. Things like bedding and towels and kitchen items and toiletries, all stuff that we already had. And then I found a problem. There were no drawers in this kitchen. So I found this at a thrift store for $1.99. It can hold all the silverware, the spatulas, the knives without needing a drawer. And I can just shove it up in the cabinet while we're traveling. And then there's one item I scavenged from my brother. He was getting rid of an old RV actually 2 weeks ago and was about to throw these in the trash. Leveling blocks. These would have cost us $33, but they came to me for free. Total cost for all of this stuff, $0. All right, even after raiding the house, we still had some stuff that we really had to just break down and buy. So let's start with the fun one, the sewer hose. Obviously, this connects your RV to the campground sewer hookup so you can dump your holding tanks. Without it, you're not going anywhere, or going anywhere if you catch my drift. This one cost $38.95 at Walmart. We also bought an RV gate valve. This helps control the flow when dumping the tanks and prevents unpleasant surprises. And considering Jeff refuses to wear gloves when dumping the tanks, this felt like $36.97 well spent. Next, we needed a freshwater hose for filling the RV's water tank, and that was $44.97. We paired that with a pressure regulator for $23.62 because campground water pressure can vary widely, and if it's too high, it can damage the RV plumbing. $23 is pretty cheap insurance. Then we got an inline water filter for $20.92. Jeff also ordered a TPMS, that's a tire pressure monitoring system. It tells us the pressure and temperature of the tires in real time while we're driving down the highway. Early warning here can prevent bigger problems. $56.98. Then we also picked up some basic living items: plates, silverware, knives, pots and pans, collapsible measuring cups and spoons, lighters for the stove. Nothing fancy, just a few of each. I also grabbed a broom and dustpan, a kitchen garbage can, a bathroom garbage can, an entry doormat because the out of doors is constantly trying to get inside, right? And RV closets are basically just big empty boxes, so I bought a pack of closet organizers from Amazon. These cost $26.99. I also bought a toothbrush holder that I can mount on the wall and a basket to store miscellaneous bathroom stuff, deodorant, moisturizer, stuff like that. $17.99 for a 2-pack. Not sure yet where I'll use the second one. I also picked up a bunch of command hooks and strips and a broom holder so we can hang things without drilling holes into the walls. And there's no place to set a drink while you're sitting on this couch here, so I got a tiny end table. It has 2 little drawers to store things like phone cords and the TV remote, and the drawers are basically fabric, so it's really, really light. And then I got one other item that I would not have bothered with if we were just using this for weekend getaways, but we're going on a month-long trip. And there's this odd empty space in the bedroom, which is really weird because usually campers use every inch of space really well. Anyway, it's just the right size for a little dresser that matches the end table I bought. This gives us 4 drawers to store the clothes in on this long trip. So here's the total for everything we purchased: repairs, renovation, and supplies. Total purchases were $795.36. $795.36. Honestly, I expected it to be more. Between what came with the trailer and what we already had at home, we avoided buying a ton of stuff. And if you have owned an RV and think I missed something important, drop it in the comments. I am always forgetting something. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.